What's up, everybody? This is Josh once again from Basement Level Magic. We're going to go ahead and jump into a queue here, and I think we're going to try to do something a little bit different. Today I'm going to try to force a monocolored deck. I don't know what color it's going to be just yet, but whatever we take in the first pack, it'll probably be. Now if I end up pulling a Jace or something, obviously I'm going to be in blue, and if I pull it later in the draft, I'm definitely going to take it. I don't care what color I'm in. A card like that, you can't really pass up the value. You can end up doing at least 2 to 3 drafts just from pulling such a good card. But we'll go ahead and we're going to try that monocolored deck. I think going into it, the colors that I like the most would probably be green, blue, and white in this format. I think red is decent, but I'm not the biggest fan of red in this format. Black, I just don't think that there's usually enough role fillers in that deck to end up winning. So we'll see. And then of course my best card, as I'm talking about black being not very good. I don't think I can pass on Languish. So that's going to be easily my first pick. It doesn't mean that I'm definitely going to do black, though. Cards that I'm looking at in this pack include Seismic Elemental, which also I said I'm not huge on red. Leaf Gilder, which is probably the best green card. Stalwart Aven for best white card. Thunderclap Wyvern is not a possibility because we are going monocolored today. So we'll definitely take the Languish. Not going to necessarily be happy with it, but who knows? Maybe we'll pull some Kothafeds and just be able to pull some bombs to finish people off. Right here, if we are looking to be mono black, I don't think Wyvern or Wingmare is good enough to put me into white. I don't think Orchid Spirit is good enough to put me into green. Aeronaut is not good enough to put me into blue. So I'm going to take Shadows of the Past. Let's try this mono black. Who knows? Maybe this will show me that I'm wrong when I was talking bad about black. And then we've got the blue pack. Scab Goliath is awesome. Separatist Void Mage is awesome. Both of them are going to be tough for us to deal with. We're going to take the Shambling Ghoul, though. Be a nice early drop. Try to slow some people down. Gnarlroot Trapper, we'll look for that to come back around. But, we're going monocolored today. Dark Dabbling might even see play in this deck. I don't know. I haven't tried a mono black. I have done mono green, and it was actually pretty good. Jeez, look at the green in this pack. 3 really good green cards. Fetid Imp is definitely a decent one. Now, being monocolored, you still can take colorless, so I'll probably be looking to pick up some Guardians of Meletis later on, just to slow people down. I don't know, maybe I'll end up having to mill people just by using the Return Centaur. It's going to be difficult because black doesn't have quite the finishers in it that you're typically used to seeing. Oh, wow. Who knows? Maybe we're not black. I don't know. Let's grab this Sphinx's tutelage just in case. I don't think Infernal Scarring is good enough to put me into that. Let's grab some blue cards, I guess. Disperse it is. Tormented Thoughts, I don't think is what we want to be doing. Yeah, so let's grab Disperse. I don't think any of these other cards are good enough to put me into those colors. We have seen some decent blue, and sometimes blue comes around. Alright, so we do have more black cards. So let's go ahead and take another Shambling Ghoul. Otherwise, looking at the Archer, I'd love to see more of these. We didn't really see any in the packs previous to this, though. So we'll just take the Ghoul for now. A card that we would like to not face. Well, I guess, who knows? Maybe we end up blue and we'll take this Maritime card. There's Eyeblight Assassin, which is a decent pickup for us right now. Guardian Automaton is a good filler card. Eyeblight Assassin might help us kill somebody or kill at least one creature. And have some board presence, though. We'll take the Read the Bones here. Black is seeming decent, and it's going to be really hard for a lot of people to be taking black if we're trying to cut every single black card we see. I'm not huge on Dark Dabbling. It's kind of nice to be able to draw a card and save your creature. And with Spell Mastery, we'd be able to save all of them. Let's give it a try. I don't think it's going to be an all-star, but I don't think this is going to be kind of an all-pro level deck here. We're going to need to get a top-end card. Something along the lines of Kothafed. And honestly, I'm trying to think of other big cards that we'll really be looking to get. Best thing for us is just getting removal, probably. There's a Guardians. That's a really good pickup right now. We'll take a negate for our mono blue sideboard. This actually looks decent to start with. Yeah, why not a discard spell? We'll need to get a few more creatures to want to do that, though. So actually, not too bad of a first pack. I don't want to plan on playing Dark Dabbling. If I play it, that's fine. But I don't necessarily think that it's, main deckable. Maybe we end up, winning with this Shadows of the Past. The life drain thing. It's going to be questionable if we end up with enough creatures, though, to do something like that. Whirler Rogue is so good. I don't think that our blue is that great, though. I think we gotta take just a unconditional removal spell. Hopefully the Weight of the Underworld or the Malachor Coldblade will come back around to us. Other than that, Whirler Rogue is amazing. Necron Sergeant is great. Orchid Spirit's fine. Charging Griffin's fine. Wild Instincts is very good. Yeah, we'll take the Unholy Hunger, give it a whirl. And that gain life off of the Spell Mastery could be very valuable for us, considering we are, gonna look to go late with our stuff. This could end up, if we can find a bunch of these Undead Servants, that could actually be huge for us. We really didn't see any in that first pack, but I'm rarely seeing people play a lot of those. Yeah, I think at this point we're definitely all in on black. We'll just keep going. Grab as many decent black creatures as we can find. A lot of these Guardians will be great. Fetid Imps and Shambling Ghouls are definitely cards we're looking for. Deathbridge Shaman is sweet. Don't really need Evolving Wilds in this deck, Not too many times you need to search for that swamp when you have all swamps. Green is looking good. Wild Instincts, Timberpack Wolf. Roast Champion is awesome. Yeah, we'll definitely take the Deathbridge Shaman here, though. Right now we actually are doing decent at getting creatures. So this Tormented Thought might end up being pretty good. A perfect combo is play Tormented Thoughts, and then sack your Deathbridge Shaman. So they end up having to discard 4 cards for it. Right here, we'll take the Necromantic Summons, just to bring back a creature card. Hopefully we'll be killing a lot of stuff. We'd really like to see a bunch of these Undead Servants come to us. Yeah, this isn't helping us too much here. It's really a question between the Rabid Bloodsucker, which I'm not a big fan of, versus a Bonded Construct. The Construct, you know, we're not really looking right now like we're going to be a super aggressive style of deck. So we may need the Bloodsucker just to be a blocker in the air. I really don't like that card, though. I don't think we're looking at Rogue's Passage right now. We don't have any bombs that we're playing. If we were in green, I'd definitely be looking to do that. Those Rabid Bloodsuckers, they come back around, though. Nobody plays those cards. So let's take the early blocker. Boy, what I would love to do to grab this green and white card here. Both very good 2-drops, Token Freeblade and Leaf Gilder. I think Infernal Scarring is, you know, definitely the card we have to go with here, though. And we actually might play it. There we go. Deathbridge Shaman, again, looks good. Just try to do kind of a card advantage thing. Return Centaur, I would love it if this were in that last pack, where we didn't have any picks. But we'll take the Shaman. Once again, a Bonded Construct. You know, if we can get enough of those Deathbridge Shamans, Eyeblade Assassin, Shambling Ghoul, this may end up looking like a pretty aggro-style deck. Ooh, Weight of the Underworld looks great right now. Catacomb Slug, not a card you're impressed to play. We don't have a top end right now, though. Okay, Warhorn, we can throw that one in there and actually probably benefit from going with this really low to the ground aggro route. I'm gonna grab this Brawler's Plate. I don't advise anyone to ever play it, but we might. We might have no option here. Yeah, I'm really surprised that this Enthralling Victor is still in there, because we haven't seen a lot of really good red cards come back around, so it's really surprising that it's still there. Don't want to see anyone playing the Tactician against us, and no need for people to draw cards. Yeah, I don't think we want to play this Tormented Thoughts. Dark Dabbling might really be a decent card to throw in here, though. Alright, so we need a Kothafed. Maybe 2 of them. Not sure what else I'd be looking to pick up here. Oh my god! How awesome would it be to be not mono black right now? Yep. So that's there. It's between Throwing Knife and Shambling Ghoul. I could probably use another creature. Throwing Knife is awesome, though. Gross. This Tragic Arrogance is awful for us. I think Throwing Knife is probably the best card for us. I do like Shambling Ghoul, and I'd like to be able to play it, but I think Throwing Knife is just very versatile. You know, it can act as a removal spell and also a pump spell. Alright. You know, we're a pretty aggressive build right now, so I think the Thornbow Archer is going to be the way to go over the Guardians of Meletis. Tainted Remedy, if that comes back around, I'll easily put it in the sideboard and possibly bring it in against some decks that have life gain, but definitely don't look to take it right now. Yeah, so let's take the Archer. We're kind of on a, yeah, here we go. Yeah, we're on a aggressive build here. You know, we can definitely splat or end up taking some Foundry of the Councils if we can end up finding another one coming to us. But Fleshbite Marauder is the way to go here, I feel. I definitely like to pick up this Consecrated by Blood later on, but just the removal that you can get from Marauder is too good to not take right there. Alright, so we don't really have any... I mean, we've got the Bonded Constructs, and Guardians actually is a little weak in this deck if we're looking to be aggressive. So I think I'm going to grab the Undead Servant, hoping to pick up another one or two as the packs come back to us. You know, if we could end up with 4 Undead Servants, I'd definitely be pretty excited about it, actually. I feel like the bare minimum you'd really want is probably 3. And there's another one. Despoiler actually is... That could be pretty good in this style of deck. The only thing is I don't know how many other decks are of the Suicide Black kind that we look like we are doing right now. So I think I'm going to take the Undead Servant. I feel like the high end is there. Despoiler is definitely going to work against our Shadows of the Past, because if we have to exile creature cards to bring it back, we're not able to do the life drain. So let's grab the Undead Servant for now and hope that that Despoiler comes back to us. A lot of times you'll see it, if people aren't in black, you'll end up picking it up later. Alright, so Infinite Obliteration. Yeah, that's not what we want to be doing. Read the Bones is easy pick right here. Infinite Obliteration is just a very difficult card to use. If you had maybe, you know, in a constructed format, I could see doing it, you know, maybe in like a modern or even standard, you know, say Siege Rhino, get all their Siege Rhinos out of their hand, or say like Splinter Twin if you know, pick a Pestermite or Deceiver Exarch. Hopefully you pick the right one. Alright, we're not really playing many enchantments, so we don't need to look to Helm of the Gods. Rabid Bloodsucker might be decent just because we can get some evasion going. But I think Veteran's Sidearm is probably the way to go right here. We have, you know, we're going pretty aggressive here, so let's take that Sidearm. There's another Archer. I don't think we're going to hit that 4th Servant, but I guess we'll see. Hopefully we can nab that Despoiler. It's coming up, or else it was in this pack. I don't remember. All right. I had a feeling Tainted Memory or Remedy would come back to us, so that'll be able to cut off a lot of life gain if we end up against one of those decks. Return Centaur looks good for us, right? Return up to 2 target creatures from graveyard to hand, discard a card. I wonder if Macabre Waltz... I have not played Macabre Waltz, but I think Return Centaur is probably just a safer play. Touch of Moonglove here is actually pretty good. You can get a little bit more damage through, plus just kill one of their cards, or kill one of their creatures. Alright, so here, I don't think we want to do Dark Dabbling. We are the aggressive build, so I think Warhorn is actually pretty good. Veteran's Sidearm is probably not going to make the cut. We've got the Throwing Knife, which is awesome. We could probably just run 16 lands here. You know, we've got a lot of 1, 2, 3 drops. You know, 17 of our 23. Well, I guess it'll depend. I don't think Return Centaur will make it. I think Summons is fine. Just bringing back our creature. We don't have a lot of creatures that we're looking to bring back, but, you know, putting this on an Undead Servant with 1 or 2 in the graveyard already would be pretty awesome.
We could look to cut down to 1 Read the Bones, but I think 2 is fine if we're going to be looking to empty our hand right away. Yeah, I think we'll just run 16 lands and play it like this. Unfortunately, we didn't end up with any utility land like the one that makes the Thopters. I'm almost tempted to take out the Bonded Construct and put in the Infernal Scarring, just so we could get a +2/+0 and draw a card. But I think this will be fine. You know, I think this is a decent way to start, so we'll go ahead and see you in round 1. Hopefully this mono black deck does pretty well. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking myself into it, but actually, I think Touch and Moonglow can come out, Infernal Scarring come in. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, because we're just going to try to race everybody, honestly, here. Hopefully just ding in for a bunch of low creatures. Alright, so this is Josh with Basement Level Magic. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you in round 1. Thanks.